Halloween is about violence. Did you think it's about candy like every other holiday? Then how come on Halloween parents have to search their kids' candy for gang activity? Oh, you want to play dress up too? What if your costume is considered too sexy and you get fucking killed? Perhaps you'll be safe staying home and watching scary movies. Nah, with advancements in interactive media, you might as well shoot yourself now. Pull the trigger too if you've ever fell for a fake ass spooky story. As a youngin', these tales always involved violence and ice cream trucks. Like, did you hear that older kids are kidnapping weak children and ripping off their foreskins? Even if you don't have a foreskin, they're gonna install one just to rip it off, regardless of gender, age, or creed. Oh, and they might fuck you in an ice cream truck. Bullshit like that gets drilled into concerned mothers' heads and passed on to your psyche. And that's kinda why I'm here today, to warn you about violent video games. The first one, creeping through your neighborhood, is People Playground. It's all you could ask for in a computer lab setting, as long as you can get past internet filters and lurking teachers. Who am I kidding? Flash games are eaten by mobile games since most kids have at least 2.5 computers on them at all times. So what would be the point of doing things like trying to run Halo on a shitty school computer? Shit, I really do talk about everything except the game. I'll allow it this time since People Playground speaks for itself, but I'll over explain it anyway. You zoom into a slab or get up close and personal in a small box to experiment on gray people who appear to have had their blood drained yet still bleed. A lot. As much as you want. If you do want characters that look like they deserve pain, you can unlock them through side quests, although the main goal is to not make a mess. That's what Postal 2 is for, to celebrate messy violence. If you've never heard of Postal, it's like the movie Hostel, a bro sex comedy with torture. And if you've never seen Hostel, that's fine. I just watched it for the first time last night. I'm bringing up Postal to yammer on about its mods. Now with the easy to access Steam Workshop, you don't gotta hunt down a web page and interrogate it for a download that may or may not get you what you want. Mods allow you to enhance the gore with meteor gibs, then use all those extra severed limbs as weapons. Modding might make you into a floating head god that creates everyone in his image and enlarges them if he so pleases. I mean shit, if you can't beat Postal with a sea of heads, maybe toss a Pokeball at the problem. Careful though, it'll turn you into a sissy druid who relies on cats, dogs, cows, mad cows, and elephants to fight their battles. Or fuck it, use the minigun or the bigger minigun. They're both satisfyingly unfair. Too many weapons to count, along with plenty of characters, though I found Sonic and Shadow scare every killable being into extinction. You can also visit full-scale replicas of New York, GTA the city, and the Hard Time prison. Sadly, Persia is not accurate, it's just a reskin of Postal's Paradise. More importantly, new stories can be told through mods, such as steamed hams.
Well, Seymour, I made it, despite your directions.
At this point, steamed hams is the old Rule 34 because if it exists, there's steamed hams of it. This version stays true to the source material.
Delightfully devilish, Seymour.
I did find an Easter egg where you can walk in on Seymour's mother pissing or shitting. Either or, she's a lady, so it's ambiguous.
Seymour!
The next homebrewed campaign is Hong Kong 2027. You play as a karate master that can rapidly punch and kick with an angle. You're also equipped with a pistol that fires an 8-ball worth of nuke. The objective here isn't milk. It's to kill 2,500 people. If along the way you pick up anything, you'll get sent to a cell where the Bratz doll developer gives you dialogue options. You either die or get sent to drive a desert bus for 20 minutes. The last atrocity I experienced here was thinking that these skeletons came from Hong Kong. Once they began attacking me in other worlds, I got suspicious. The truth was almost revealed by the people walking around in Halloween costumes, though it wasn't until I heard
Happy Halloween.
I realized this was a seasonal event. Then there's Eternal Damnation, the most popular mod on the Postal Workshop. It has its own launcher, it's its own game, which revolves around John, a whack job who couldn't control his jealousy. What happened was an alleged rapist hit on his girlfriend and made the zipper sound effect in her presence. John proceeds to spastically wail on this man until he's dead.
You better get the fuck away from my girlfriend.
That put John in an insane asylum. A punk rocker kinda lets him out. All the Mohawk did was cut a guard's head off and the door suddenly just opens cause John's an escape artist, I guess. John goes on to kill everyone, unless it's a possessed baby. He hasn't seemed to figure that one out yet. And that's all I gotta say. If you want more information regarding this subject, please refer to your local Civi library. Okay, finally something else. Let's talk police quests cause crime scenes are violent. It's a point and clicker cop drama. In the menu, you're faced with two choices. The EGA version, which is the original game from 1987, or the VGA version, an update released in the 90s. According to a forum poster, they're basically the same game. On the OG one, I went outside the police station before a meeting and lost the game. I progressed further in the version with handsomer graphics. Regardless, I was Googling from the jump since the combination to your locker is on a paper that comes with the physical copy of the game. Until I got the numbers, I was trapped in the locker room by my subconscious that had me convinced I was late for the briefing, but I was the first one there. Outside the precinct, you traveled to encounters in a police cruiser with a windshield that's half map and half drone camera. Driving involves clicking your gas and brake to increase and decrease your speed by 5. Fuck, fastest you can go is 55? I typed this into my phone notes as I died in a car wreck. 65 can be hit when your sirens emit nitrous. I think the worst part for most people would be that you actually have to use your turn signals to turn! The nearly unsolvable puzzle grows stronger with left and right changing depending on the direction your car is facing. Besides that, this looks enjoyable, but I don't want to learn how to drive without a GPS providing a guiding line that tells me exactly where to go. Hell, I found this car accident by accident. The only other event I stumbled upon was when I took a wrong turn into a hotel bar. While on duty, I ordered one too many rum and cokes. I figured the coke would suppress the bad image of a cop drinking rum. Of course, a superior officer who wasn't remotely as drunk as me saw this and disagreed. He proceeded to shoot me and put me on paid leave, resulting in a classic scary skull death scream. Well, like most things that started in the 80s, there were many sequels to Police Quest. I'll check them out if I can ever get through the first one. I'm switching occupations now with Priest Simulator. This assignment was sent to me by foreign intelligence. Starting off, I should have let the cutscenes be Polish. The English dub is that mid-weed, as you say.
The Vatican sent me down to Saint-Deville to rebuild a church.
And now he says he will perform the exorcism.
Okay, let's get the fuck out of here to the elevator.
It feels like one of the many B horror movies I watched in my aunt's trailer. The plot is you're a city-living vampire out for fame. Luckily, his mustache is just full of the exaggerated swagger of a Mexican teen. This vampire also dates a walking wooden steak farm. Clearly a metaphor that she's bad for him. Oops, he's built the same way. Anyways, it's a goofy-ass story where a sock puppet priest that's tired of jerking off altar boys with his mouth summons you to do his bidding. The priest is taking your vampire powers and forces you to fix up his church. Escaping into the free roam section, the game turned into Far Cry because I just wanted to find groups of enemies to destabilize.
Draw you! Not in you're against not in the eyes! Not in the eyes!
After that, I stayed away from the main missions. My only other issue is that cleaning up is made fun since trash can be disposed of with a baseball bat. You break shit for recycling points. Landfill pollution solved. Yeah, most of these games are only slightly Halloween adjacent. The theme for this video involved picking games that start with the letter P and feature a little violence. So the last one will be Phasmophobia. I played this game before and thought it'd be better with a VR headset. Well, I still haven't bought one. Yet, found myself back here. The game's alright, not much to it. You're a ghost hunter who actually catches ghosts. What I wonder is, do you have to level up to get more kill animations? Or are you always getting caught by the same dirty demon fingers? I could see this being frightening if you're playing it alone with the game strapped to your eyes, but experiencing it with friends makes it funny. So get on here with the buds and yell at your ancestors.
Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, your game sucks. Oh my, it's flashing back and forth after the game sucks.
Wait, you did something. It worked. There's a zombie right across. I thought it was you for a second.
The crucifix doesn't work.
Oh no, dude, it just choked him and he's had a seizure. Czar's in the way of the menu though, so I can't ready up.
Just hit space.
I just zoomed in on his face. He's still in the way of the menu. It's move out the way, Czar. Am I short or am I crouched?
You're crouched,
Yeah, you're
man.
crouched.
Your guy has a fucked up back.